Hi and welcome to this Greentree caravan store video on the Avtex aerial as fitted to Elddis caravans. Now I have Alan, we're at the factory today and we've grabbed you because you are the Avtex expert in aerials, because there's been a few cases where customers believe that their aerials aren't working properly, and you've done a lot of research into this and you've found that basically they almost always work, but there's a couple of things to look for.
Yeah. The first thing we check when we come to the site is, first thing you have to have is the power on the caravan. Okay. The aerial only ever works with power to the actual booster. So the first thing I do, I use a test meter. All I do is plug my test meter into the socket, and if it's got more than one socket, I'll test all sockets. Yeah. We turn the meter on, and all we're checking is, do we have a signal? Now that tells me that the aerial's actually up and it's working. It's working.
Now for you guys, we actually carry these in our shop, so you can walk in our shop and buy something like this. So okay.
Yeah. Once I know that, if that's fine, I know it's then just something within the setup of the telly. Okay. So the next step is then to check the customer's coax cable. It's dead important for digital television that we have a good digital coax cable to connect it from the wall socket to the back of your telly.
Okay. And I'll stress it's a digital cable.
You're saying. Yeah, not the old analog cables. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Don't buy the cheaper versions.
The old style cheapy aerial.
Some of the supermarkets.
Yeah. Yep.
So then we'll plug the television in. Basically, then go through the setup of how to set up the telly. Now every television's different for setting up.
Of course.
Normally it's holding a button in and going through, picking up all the different channels.
Yeah.
Now what an Avtex aerial does, it just doesn't pick up one transmitter. It picks up all the transmitters it can find. So let's say, for example, there's 3 transmitters within our space here. Yeah. It'll pick up all 3. Yep. Now in the setup on an Avtex telly, it'll then say I've picked up 3 transmitters, and it puts them in order: strongest, second strongest, third strongest. Yep. Now the first thing to do is just pick the first one, because that's the strongest signal. Okay. And basically then go through the rest of the setup and see what channels you get. Now again on our Avtex telly, it'll tell you how many channels you've picked up. Now if you've picked up, what we find, if you've picked up 70 or more, you're probably going to be okay. The telly's fine, it'll tune in. If you're starting to pick up 50 and less, it's probably the signal's not strong enough or too strong. Yep. Because digital signals can be both weak and strong. Too strong is as bad as weak.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so the thing to look for is how many channels did I pick up. 70 plus is hunky dory. We're going to get the TV tuned in.
Okay, and you were also telling me sometimes that if your ITV channel is picked up on all 3 transmitters, sometimes it's not necessarily the strongest, which is the best. Sometimes it could be the second strongest, because and I didn't know this, as you've just said, you can have 2 stronger signal. Yeah. So don't be afraid to pick your second ITV channel with a slightly less good signal, because that might make all the difference. Yeah. But you were telling us you've tested loads of these and your hit rate is what, 98, 99% or something?
I've over 2 years since we fitted Avtex aerials, I've seen, I think it's 16 customers now. And if I go and see a customer, I have to write a report back to the factory, and it goes in our customer care files in the computer system. And there's not one where I've walked away and the TV hasn't picked up the channels. Every single customer I've seen, it's been something simple like a coax lead. They don't know how to tune the telly in. Yeah. It's just something simple.
You said one person forgot to even have a connecting cable.
Yes, one person actually hadn't even connected it to the wall socket.
But so what this proves is what you're basically saying, and we had quite a lively conversation on this. You were basically saying the reason, when you come into it, you know the aerial's going to work. You have that confidence, and kind of I was explaining that with the customers, you can believe that the aerial does work, but you've just got to really. It seems the key things are the test the aerial for too much signal or too little, proper digital coax cable, and the way you tune your television seems to be the key 3 things.
Yeah. At the factory, all the TVs, all the aerials are tested online. They're tested with these meters, and they're tested at several points. If one gets out in the field, let's say, and I plug my test meter in, and I just get the red light, that means I've got to go and fault find. And that's where you need to then involve your retailer. I haven't found one of those yet in the field.
Okay, great. Well, it seems to be, just with this conversation, we have knocked out 80 to 90% of any queries that we have. But if you have any further queries, just obviously give our guys a call on 01362 696 434 and ask for the aftercare team. But hopefully that should resolve. If you have any issues with the Avtex aerial as fitted to, what's 2012 onwards?
Yes,
Elddis, isn't it? Yeah. Lovely.